Who are you under? Who's your
Jim.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get on our team. Who's the door prize? Just first name, I mean first name. I put both. I mean, it's one. Yeah. Just your name. I guess okay. Before you sit down, put your name on here for the door prize. So hard. I realize how much I need for emotional reasons. Not even because I'm like not really. The most that I've done before that I made that was the most Hey y'all. It's hard because I don't know. Like I didn't even know what seafood was. Like when I went shopping at Sprouts, I didn't know what fennel was. I didn't know what scallions were. I didn't know what but it's 20 days. Yeah. I mean, I think I spent about 30 at the store. I got all of this from all of those I'm doing all those supplements. I feel like it's more. But maybe it's because I stopped.
Hey guys, we're about to get started. Welcome to the Plexus meeting. Sorry you can't see the screen. We're doing what we can.
I gotta do something.
Hi girls, how are ya? Good, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Hello, hi. I'm great. You good? Hi, I'm Jen. Oh, nice to meet you.
How are you?
Somebody's like an overachiever over there, but that's it. That's fine.
Thank you.
Hey Dina, how are ya?
Here, write our name on. Write it legibly.
Hi there.
Hi.
I think I invited, showed up, but he's done. There's some of our girls over there.
I saw Jackie.
Yeah.
That's right. It used to be somewhere else. Yeah. Okay. And I need to tell you something because we were talking about. I remember thank you for saying don't do the kitchen. Then I got to thinking, I'm like, I do not want to do the service because half of my customers isn't that great.
Well, but I've already saturated the school.
You have.
I have. And then the people that I haven't saturated that I would be in contact with because we can't be another school. So then those are naturally
They're kind of
preferred. And so I feel like really what's you know, and even about the people that knew about it that have watched me and they know that maybe if they
Did
were
you do this yet?
no.
Put your name on this to be in the drawing for all the wonderful prizes. Oh, yes, the drawing for Alexis. It'll be about 2 a.m. as you stick around. Just make it, I would too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Don't do BP. I've done membership. For me, was because of them when I was president.
Finding out.
It's a big
They're trying to recruit me from everybody else.
membership is a big one, and the principal was like so many members have. And the principal,
Every good morning.
I mean, you do need to, and I used to have an announcement. Well, now I have kids at 2 schools, I can't give an announcement.
Right.
I'm taking Omi to school.
Hi, Mama. Hi.
No, so yeah, like because last year and the whole training is now that it goes through 6. So Colby's going to middle, which is 7th and 8th for B&A. So like they won't made it yet. They're Colby's 13.
Yeah.
We have to get home to me and he's so nuts. He's so funny. He's so silly. But they're both really shy and quiet. Lily came with me when you got your lessons. She's just so shy.
Go back.
She's so funny. But she asked me to go back. So I have to meet us. What can I make? He has an Instagram, and they're like, Mom, can we make something? And can I make a video? Can I make it? I was like, okay. But the one was so cute.
Emma went into Utah. Did you go to Saturday? So I told her if she prepared it and shared it with us, she would be able to. And she did, and it was, some of it was really like, okay, but then some of it was really valid. Okay. And then she took it down. Like she came out and we were like, I saw your post. It's so cute.
Like guys, they spent the night at Grandma's on Saturday night. She's afraid to try it. She has pain. She has anxiety, depression. She's tried it. She won't try it. She won't try it.
Maybe we should try that.
I'm gonna give her the cream. She started having her eyes creams, and I got my samples. So I'm gonna give her the cream.
Because maybe she it's something that
One thing.
Then she'll be a little more.
That's what I'm thinking. She's trying to get off medications, and she's worried it's getting her future. She won't listen. I'm like, okay. I'll just try it.
Yes, and I have to tell you, oftentimes family and friends.
But it's good practice.
It is good practice. Yeah, you don't have to worry about them not liking
I know. That's right. I'm like, I just say,
How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hi, girl. How are you? We're growing, and I feel like I'm shocked because of the weather. Right. You know,
I can stay away. I have the PTA in the morning. I have not had my break. I'm trying to miss Houston and in Tony.
Hey, Michelle.
I love these. She just texted. She did.
Okay, I'm not in hot flashes. It's like I'm watching that happen. We need to be like back here. My friends are being drunk this morning. And everybody, my girlfriend, my she just became a letter to that. But she's like, oh, 48 or 49. That's better. Not necessarily better. It's about the same. Oh, wow. See, I don't need your voice. We just need a little light quicker.
Did everyone sign in for the drawing for the door project? If you didn't, they're right here by me. Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe the rain might kind of deter some people, but thank you all for coming. My name is Heather Rice, and I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And this is probably, what, our third meeting here? Raise your hand if you've been to a meeting here before. All right, so y'all are familiar. We usually get pretty packed, and tonight we have some great guest speakers, so you'll be happy that you came. I want to start the evening out with a word of prayer. So if you guys will all bow your heads with me, and we'll say a quick prayer, and then we'll get going. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for the time that we have to come and be encouraged by various people that we are on teams with, as well as make some new friends. We thank you, Lord, for a product that's changing people's lives, Lord, and I thank you that you've given us each a voice. And I ask that you give us all boldness in sharing with people the things that we see that they are needing to help with their health and their family's health, Lord. We thank you for the opportunity to meet in this building free of charge, and we just ask for boldness for the people that are going to be guest speakers this evening, Lord. And we thank you for their willingness to be transparent. It's a hard thing to get up and talk about struggles and past struggles, but it's great for those people who can see victory in the end. So we commit this time to you, Lord, and we ask that you bless it and that we all can meet some new friends this evening. We pray this in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so I would like to welcome you guys. I've kind of already done that, but I wanted to say thank you for coming out in the crazy weather and spending this evening with us. We're going to try to keep our time at an hour so that we can be mindful of Darren's time, and he's allowed us to use this room. So when you're ready for your car, this is our man.
Stop by, say hi. I also have flyers up there, so please take one. Like I always say, I set up a preferred pricing for you guys, so when you come in to see me, it's real easy. This is real fast purchase experience. So, all right.
He's super friendly. Super friendly. Thank you for letting us use the room.
Of course.
Okay, so that's about it. Okay, so I'm going to introduce to you Miss Rayne Spalding. She's our Diamond Ambassador.
The fact that each of you are here is a blessing, and I thank y'all for taking the time. This room is full of the leaders of our company, because when you take time to come to a meeting, you're investing in yourself, you're investing in your business, and so I just want to tell you how proud of you I am. It takes commitment to do this, and you in here are very committed, so thank you for doing that for yourself and for your teams. It's so important. Tonight we're going to do something a little different. Our meeting, we try to switch them up each time we have a meeting. For those of you that are new, we're not going to talk about product tonight. So if you have questions about product, we will have an opportunity for you to ask those questions at the end. But today we wanted to focus on some testimonies. We all have a different journey, and I think it's so important that we hear from different people, and we hear struggles and victories along the way. And so tonight we're just going to dedicate some of our time to that. And so I would like to introduce the first person, and here's the deal. We're hearing from people at all different levels of the company. You know, I think it's exciting to hear from the leaders, but I also think it's even more exciting to hear from people that are just starting off on their journey, and because we all have started off on a journey, and so it's nice to kind of like from the very beginning. So I would like to introduce Greg, who is an amazing speaker and has a great testimony. And so Greg, if you'll come on up, and you'll want to stand right about in this area, because, and we'll go ahead and flip to the next slide. Go ahead and flip them.
That's Greg.
I like that. Yeah, too.
There we go. So you'll see right about here, as long as you can see yourself on the screen. So
Big difference there, isn't it? So, okay,
you'll want to see yourself on the screen.
You got
Here's
it. You
Greg
got
today.
it. Well, thank you for letting me be here today. I appreciate the time, and these wonderful ladies are a delight to work with. You know, I'll kind of give you my you know, after going through the Plexus convention, my what if. So when I reflect on kind of where I've gone, just in a short period of time since starting Plexus product, which was January of this year, and from really kind of going a little further back, some of the challenges that I've faced. So my what if is, you know, what if you guys were to be in something similar to me, where you were diagnosed with cancer a year ago? You know, to deal with the challenges and stuff that someone tells you that you've been diagnosed with cancer and what that means to you if you have a family, right? And all those others that you're affecting. What if you had to go through radiation? I'm an ex-fitness guy that was like, man, gosh, do I do this or not? You know, if I was a single guy, I probably would have not done radiation. But after collectively family decision, having kids and a family, I decided to go ahead and do radiation. So what if after you've done surgery and they've removed your thyroid and you're cancer-free, and you do this radiation a couple months later, you know, you're kind of on your own new norm. Your new norm is I take a Synthroid pill every day, and I start my day off like many other people. And but about 8 months into it, I was like, man, I just don't feel like me. So my baseline has always been a high energy until my head hit the pillow kind of guy, and owned a gym, very, very active, and I, quite honestly, about a year into having cancer removed from my body, I was just not feeling very good, and really had no energy for my kids and wanting to play, and I would make it through my work day, and then they would kind of get the short end of the stick, and I'd come home be kind of the grumpy bear. Now I wanted to go out to the playground with my kids and play with my family, and so after some good prodding from my wife had encouraged me to try this pink pack, and that Heather introduced us to, and truthfully, it changed my life. So it took 2 to 3 weeks to really kind of get a routine going, and my new routine was, you know, taking my pink pack at 10 in the morning, and well after I'd taken my Synthroid to make sure that my Synthroid was being obtained through my body well, and then I started noticing after about 2 to 3 months that, after about 2 to 3 weeks, I started noticing that it was working. I was kind of having a little more pep. So I added a second pack to my day, which now I do it like between anywhere from 2 to 4 in the afternoon. And it's kind of my last kick through the day. And so after really about a month of taking the product and stuff, I noticed that, man, it's really making a difference for me. But then I started some of the other things. So being a fitness guy, I've always believed in probiotics. But obviously our probiotic is a little bit more special. And you know, to be able to fight candida and stuff, that's amazing. I started taking the BioCleanse to go with it, and I'm like a huge believer, especially the way the oxygenates your body. It just really makes you feel good. And so they've all really complement one another. And now I take X Factor too. But so, you know, I don't know what your what if might be, but for me, my what if really ties into why. My why really is I do it for my family so that I can come home and have the same energy that I had before I was diagnosed with cancer. To be able to, you know, give 110% during my work day, at home with my kids, and to just feel good. And so my first success really was just that. I sit here today, a completely changed person. 4 months later, besides the weight loss, I feel great, and I feel great every day. And if my baseline is everything pre-cancer, I would say check. Now, you know, I have the same amount of energy that I did before I was told that I had to go through having my thyroid removed, and going through radiation, trying to conquer cancer. Because of my cancer, I do blood work every month, and so we consistently go through my blood work, and so they check a variety of stuff, obviously. And so one of the things that I was dealing with in November and December of this past year was I found out that I was high cholesterol, and that my triglycerides were like 384 back in January, and in December a little bit above that, so pre-diabetic. And so my oncologist was kind of giving me the ringer about, you know, hey, forget the thyroid. We got some bigger problems, buckaroo. We don't start getting this thing addressed, we're going to have some real issues. And I had high blood pressure, and was just kind of dealing with everything that was kind of going on in my life, and the life change. And now they're throwing this stuff on me, and I'm one that's like, man, I don't ever want to be the guy that has a medicine cabinet or a refrigerator on top that has 15 bottles. I just don't ever want that. I've dealt with the one bottle for Synthroid. I'm good. I'll take that one, and I just don't want to have all the others. So I kind of give you kind of a timeline of where I've been since I started all the products. Truthfully, in February, my blood work was still pretty challenging. I'd been on the product for about a month, and I want to say in March was the first sign that I noticed an improvement. And then I went back in April, and all of my blood work had a significant improvement. And I even told my oncologist about Plexus, and was selling half her staff on it, and so it's really cool to have seen the improvement, because in March, I do work out. In March, I dropped a dumbbell on my foot and I broke my foot. And so my biggest thing with her was it really does work, because I cannot tell you that I've been out there killing it with cardio. I'm not on treadmills, and I'm not beating the streets, walking up and down every day. So she had noticed that I lost quite a bit of weight, and I was like, I lost a lot of inches, and the weight kind of came. And as you can tell, that was in April right there. And that's kind of maybe a bad pose right there, but you can see the face for sure as a pretty dramatic improvement. And now we just got back on vacation, and this is the first time I've gone on vacation and did not gain weight on that vacation, because I splurged the whole time I was there. So, but anyways, my story is nothing amazing. I'm just really thankful and appreciative that Heather introduced Plexus to us, and that we actually took a moment to listen and try it. It has changed my life, and I'm so thankful and feel very blessed to be, successful. But going back to my blood work, everything is in check now. So my triglycerides are great, my cholesterol's great. I no longer have high blood pressure. My weight is down about 19 pounds, and I'm continuing to try to lose some more. And it has changed my life significantly in a very short period of time. But what if and why is really measured differently by each person. To me, I'll never stop taking the product because I have me back. And if it continues to help me with my blood work, and if I shed a few more pounds, I probably won't complain. Other than maybe having to take in my pants or whatever. But so hopefully you guys can kind of see the value of the product and stuff. I'm on Facebook. Feel free to look me up, Rayne. I'll be glad to share my story with you. But my next biggest fly, besides doing it for my family, would be to help other people. And because I am a gym guy, I've been very versed into trying to help do workout programs and nutritional programs. And I've always been really motivated, and I had a passion for helping people. But it's really neat to have taken off on vacation to go visit some family in Louisiana. We have a very big Plexus presence down there. And we've been making a difference in a lot of my family members already as well. And so that is the ultimate compliment. I help one person, and there's a success in that as well. So that's my story.
I think Greg said that his story wasn't very special, but I think it was pretty amazing.
Yes.
So, okay, our next speaker is someone who I consider a friend, and that's, to me, the icing on the cake of this business is that we have the opportunity to make these lifelong friendships and get to know people even better. And Dina, why don't you come on up? She is a gold ambassador with us, and she's knocking on the door of senior gold, and I just know that's going to happen for her sooner rather than later, because she really believes in what we're doing here. And so I can't wait for her to share her story. Y'all, this is Dina. As long as you can see yourself here, wherever you're coming. No problem.
Hi, everybody. My name's Dina, and when Heather asked me to tell my story, I jumped on it. I knew it was something that I needed to do for me and for my team. So I'm very, very nervous. I brought this to read, basically, so bear with me. It began in 2012. I'd never, I guess, lost my winter coat from the fall, and usually I shape up in the summer because I have the summer job to get my summer bod back. Well, that didn't happen that year. So last year, I guess it was in October, my friend Amber posted on Facebook some pictures, her before and after, and this product. And I didn't realize that she had gained weight. I just thought that that's what happened when you got middle age. I mean, I had done my research, and a muffin top was one of the top things that come along with middle age. So I just figured that's what happened to people. Well, she had a picture that was before and after. I was amazed. So what I did was I sent her a quick text, and I said, "Get me what you got." And I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. So I'm going to go ahead and read from here because I'm getting off track a little bit. So anyway, it was summer 2013. I was in pretty bad shape. I didn't realize just how unhealthy I had become. By the fall of 2013, I was miserable. I wasn't able to fit into my own clothes, and I'd be damned if I was going to buy new ones. You see, I work a summer job, and I go to college full-time in the spring and in the fall. My income is limited during certain months, but I had always been able to juggle my mortgage and my off months from working. One morning while getting ready for school, I saw one of Amber's posts on Facebook about Plexus, along with a before and after picture of her. I didn't realize that she had put on weight. I assumed it was middle-agedness, just like me. Without thinking twice, I immediately texted Amber my credit card number and told her I wanted what she had. That's how lazy I am. If someone tells me go to my website and check it out, I'm like, you lost it. So, sorry. Just I didn't know what it was. I didn't care. She, of course, asked me if I wanted to buy retail or preferred. And knowing me and my financial situation, I knew for a fact I couldn't go preferred. I couldn't do that. So retail is what I texted back. When it came in the mail, I was super excited. I still get just as excited every time my Plexus comes in the mail. So it worked for me, and I knew it immediately. On my third day on just the slim and the accelerator, I texted her back and told her to sign me up. Again, I did not do it myself. I asked her to do it. Okay. Again, never logging onto the site myself. I did all this while I was in between classes at school and in the hallways because I knew it was something that I needed. I wanted to get a discount, and by joining, I knew I could get, rock bottom prices. I had no intentions of selling anything. I knew I was shrinking, and I knew I was happier, and I knew I was getting healthier, but I wasn't going to sell anything. Of course, my closest friends and family, they knew, and they were intrigued, so I would, kind of sell to them. That's it. So while driving home one day, I got a call from this Heather, and she told me who she was and that she had a pretty decent-sized team, and I was intimidated. I pulled the car over, and I stopped, and I was just going to politely tell her, look, I'm not going to sell anything. I don't want to do this. So I parked my car. I ended up actually listening. She said, we're not a diet company. We're a health and wellness company. I just wanted to lose weight and get in my own clothes. So I ended up listening rather than talking. And within a few days, she challenged me to get a before and after picture to send her. She said, if you have a before picture and a now picture, I'll collage them together and I will show you what you're working with. So she said if I shared it on Facebook and no one was interested and I didn't get any emails, that she would give me $5. What did I have to lose? Meanwhile, let's see. Soon thereafter, I attended my very first meeting at Rayne's house over the holidays, and it was the very best thing I could have done for my business. She gave me the top 10 things successful ambassadors do. That changed my life. Thank you. In no time at all, I was sharing on Facebook my success and other people's success, and I had customers. True story. By this time, I knew I had to let Amber train me. She let me come to her with any and all questions and was always there for me, even though I didn't want to be trained because I wasn't selling anything. She even bought my business cards for me because she knew I could not afford them, nor would I have purchased them. Meanwhile, over the holidays, my home went into foreclosure. The juggle was over. About this time, I was making my very first check with Plexus. It was just under $200. The second one was about $354. Third one was about $5. Fourth one, $6. You can see that it's like my checks were getting bigger, but my home still remained foreclosure. All the while this was happening, I had one person in mind that was close to my heart that I knew would benefit in so many ways from Plexus. Her name is Dawn Patterson. Dawn finally texted me and told me she was going to be ready to join January 1st. So I knew right then that I was going to get some kind of team going once I had her on board. I did have a few people on my team before Dawn, but my team really exploded after she joined. She has a team of 25, including her daughter-in-law, Sarah, and they've each lost about 40 pounds. So that's pretty good. Meanwhile, I'm not having much income to report to Wells Fargo. The first part of the year, my income was approximately $700, but my team was growing. Sometime later, I got a call from Valerie. Valerie's on my team, and she is here, who had been struggling with her weight for some time. She was interested in getting healthier, but she had been struggling a long time. So she is now down 38 pounds, 16% body fat, and 3 entire sizes. She also has 4 people on her team. My team is growing. So during this time, while trolling any and all Facebook pages I could during these couple of months, inside I was trembling at the thought of losing my home. Plexus was my happy place. It was then, and it still is now. I remember trying to help everyone and anyone with any question that they had on any page. Was it productive? My uplines say no, that's not productive, but for me it was, because it kept me in a good place. I knew that if I helped people, that even if they weren't on my team, I knew that if I helped them, reached out to them, friended them, that it would come back to me tenfold, and it has. So going back, it was kind of productive. I remember crying and emailing Heather one night and saying, if I make it through all this, this will be one hell of a testimony. My team was growing. Finally, in late March, I got the word one day while at Dawn's house, flexercising. They called, and I got to keep my house. We both cried. Yeah. My house payments and my interest rate went down about 40%. Thank you, Plexus. This would be about the time that I met Cindy. Cindy's another rock star on my team. I had met Cindy a few times before and gave her her first sample of Plexus. She had arthritis in her hands, and it helped her with the pain. In no time at all, she joined my team, and now she has her own team. She has 8 Plexus ambassadors on her team. My team is growing. I started my own page on Facebook with the encouragement of Celeste. I think I was going around on the pages too much, and she was like, everybody, you have team, get your own team page. So I tried to do everything that was suggested to me to grow my business. My entire attitude and outlook on life is better. Rayne, Heather, Amber, and even my downline have kept me going. I never could have done it without their encouragement. During this time, I have made it to a point to go to one of Celeste's meetings. So I was so excited to get to hear her speak. That's when I saw Brittany Baumgartner. I knew I wanted to be friends with her and that she would inspire me to be successful. If you haven't met her, go find her and get to know her. During the hard times, she was there for me, along with Rachel Fulco and Angela Lansing. The reason I'm bringing up names and naming people is because these are people who have impacted my life so much through the vehicle of Plexus. Throughout these few months, I was introducing one new product per month into my body. Financially, I wasn't able to, just get all of the products, but I did end up doing that, and I'm pretty much use all of them. Right now, my goal is to do more leadership duties and to come to more trainings and get to the knowledge and the skills to take back so we can grow more. Right now, we have 76, and I'm on the verge of going.
So I kind of welled up during that one for sure. And I think the thing that resonates with me in this group of amazing people is we are family, y'all, and your struggles are everybody's struggles. And the other thing that spoke to me when Dina was speaking was that this takes time. This isn't a get rich quick. This isn't a fly to the top. Throughout your journey, you're growing and you're becoming not just a silver or a gold or whatever that means. Neat, exciting, but you can't be in this without changing your person. And that is the biggest gift in this. And I want you guys to continue to remember to lean on each other, because that is what this is all about here, y'all. It's neat to become silver. It's fantastic to become gold. It's really cool to be a diamond. We're more than that. We are more than that. And so remember that as you're growing in this and you really want to go that next level, that you are being prepared for that next level. And that maybe right now isn't the time, but that as you continue to develop your leadership skills, you will continue to grow in this. And I promise you. Okay, so Dina, thank you for that. That was amazing. And whether you read it or not, it was amazing. Okay. So we have another wonderful testimony, and Jackie Mack, again, is somebody that I feel like all of y'all should know, and if you don't know her, find her on Facebook and friend her. I know she's been such an encourager to so many on this team. She has a wonderful story to share. I know the Mangoes are super proud of her. She's on their team as well, and I would like to introduce you and come on up. We've
As I look at this picture of my rockin' red hair, I did notice at convention that there were no diamonds with red hair. Everybody was a blonde, so I just thought I'd let y'all know that next year there'll be a rockin' redhead on that stage. So my story with Plexus starts in my bedroom closet on a Sunday getting ready for church. I was at an all-time high in my weight. I was pretty miserable, and I stood in the closet, and there was one dress that I could wear, and I'd worn it the week before, and the week before, and the week before. I'd change it up a little bit, but that big old fat black dress, it's not gonna, you can't really change it up too much. So in my frustration that day, I actually had an argument with my husband, I had an argument with my daughter, and I'm pretty sure I yelled at the dog somewhere in the process. And of course, what do we like to do? We all like to go to Facebook and have our day of rant, right? So I put my rant, after going to church, lots of tears, on Facebook that today was the worst day of my life, that I stood in my closet, I had nothing to wear, I didn't know what to do. And lo and behold, thank goodness, thank Lord, that a Facebook stalker saw my post and sent me an inbox message, and I ignored it. And then my Facebook stalker sent another post, because I'm sure I added something, and said yet again, I have something for you. So would you consider this? So I sent all the reasons why in an email back to Jennifer Mango. She's my stalker. I sent her back a message. No, I couldn't do it. I wasn't interested in the product. I tried everything. I have done every weight loss program known to man. I had a lap band. That was my secret. So it's not secret now. Y'all know. And y'all know I'm there. I had a lap band. I had done Weight Watchers. I'd done Slim for Life. Spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars making myself thicker and thicker and thicker in the process. You don't get the nutrition that you need, your body breaks down. So I just got heavier and heavier. So I gave Jennifer all the reasons why I didn't want to take the product, but she was convincing, and I said, all right, fine. If you want to send me a sample, I'll try it, and I'll tell you that it's not going to work. So sure enough, a day later, in the mail came an envelope with a sample. I took it to work that morning. Mixed up the pink drink, took the accelerator, and I think probably 30 minutes within taking it, I called her and said, I'm in. And I'm in. I didn't break out, I didn't have hives, nothing. So I'm in, and I want to do this. If I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to make the cash. If I'm going to tell people about it, I'm going to make the money. So I signed up as an ambassador and hopped on board really quickly. I had great success. I lost a lot of weight pretty fast. Within 6 weeks, I lost 16 pounds and was down 48 inches. I measured my whole body. If there's something to measure, I measured it because I was on my ankles, everywhere. I measured everything because I knew with other things that I had done before that success doesn't necessarily just come in the scale, that you can see significant success in inches. So if you're consistent with that, then that really helps when you don't see a pound on the scale. So in the beginning, we had lots of meetings. Every 2 weeks, we met as a team. We were having fun. I met all kinds of really wonderful people. And in that very short period of time, everybody was losing weight. And then everybody was losing more weight than me. And everybody was losing more inches. And then I stopped losing weight. But I committed to the product. So I continued to take the product. I watched everybody else, 30 pounds, 35 pounds, 40 pounds, 16. And I thought to myself, like, oh my goodness, what am I doing wrong? But I stuck with the product. I had great people along the way. Sue Burke, who's here, she has been absolutely wonderful to me, loving me through the process, encouraging me. Jennifer has been amazing. Heather, Rayne, everyone just continued to encourage me through the process. Rachel Fulco, that woman is a force to be reckoned with, because she can tell you anytime, any day, what to do, what not to do, what to drink, what not to drink. So just amazing people along the way. My sister hopped on board with me. My best friend hopped on board with me and has had great success as well. And I'll tell you her little tidbit here in a little bit too. But again, still not losing weight. December came, this before and after picture. I thought I was really hot here. This was in December, and if you could see the picture before from September, I looked like a head on shoulders on boobs on a belly. But that's the truth of the matter. So I thought it looked really great. My legs were thinner, my jeans were fitting. I had the Olympic torch in here. But at this point, I still was only down like 16 or 17 pounds. Then January hit for me, and I decided that I am really going to take this seriously. I was taking the Accelerator, the Slim. I was taking the BioCleanse. I started taking the Probiotic. I started the X Factor. I started stepping up my water. I stayed consistent, and lo and behold, a little at a time, my body started to change. And I am the perfect example of slow and steady wins the race. In this picture, I had lost 50 pounds and 78 inches. And today, I stand before you at a weight loss of 61 pounds and 102 inches.
Wow.
102 inches off my body. That's amazing. You don't even realize what the product is doing for your body. I couldn't see the things that were happening on the inside. All I could focus on were the things on the outside. And one of the things I love about Plexus products is it really does go after the inside. It was slowly getting rid of all of that visceral fat that was all around my organs. Can't see now, but I'm looking pretty good. I look at myself in the mirror every morning. Boys, again, close your ears. So I felt like, oh my gosh, I look so good. But I'm just here to tell you that it is a journey. It has been an awesome journey. I've been very successful. I have an amazing team. I am like the Canadian connection. So I have a great team in Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, and we're doing great. Senior goals, heading on my way to become Ruby. Made some great friends along the way, and I love this business. As I said to you, my best friend is here as well, and she's down 50 pounds, and she was a skeptic. So can we see if I can stand up so they can see how big you look? So not only do I get to take my best friends with me. I get to make new best friends along the way, and I'm just so pleased. I'm just here to tell you, hang in there, stay the course, drink your water, take the products. You cannot expect to see results if you don't take the products and don't take them properly. Encourage people, talk to everybody. As Celeste says, you know, she doesn't mind being the crazy Plexus lady. I am bound and determined to be the second crazy Plexus lady. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your time tonight, and like, just hang in there and continue to fight the fight doing what you're doing. Thank you.
I think that is so needed to be heard, that consistency is such the key, not only on the health side of it, but also on the business side of it. And you can apply. You know, what I love about what we do is how we encourage our customers, is how we need to be encouraging one another. This isn't rocket science. This is actually pretty simple stuff. Not always easy, because consistency can sometimes be a challenge for us, whether that's in our exercise routine, eating right, or working our business. But what Jackie said is so true, and you'll hear me say it time and time again, consistency is key. You gotta be consistent. So, I want to introduce our last speaker for the evening. Melissa Martin came to me about a month ago, and I think she's going to start a trend, because I'm about to share to you why she's speaking. She asked me that I want to speak at the next meeting, and I loved that. I love that she stepped up. So I want to introduce to you Melissa, who is very much a leader, and right now, no matter her rank, she is a leader, because she stepped up and said, I want to speak in front of a room of 100 people. So Melissa, come on up and share your story.
All right, so you see my picture, and I have people who ask me, well, how much weight have you lost? And I always say, well, I've lost hundreds and hundreds of pounds. But it was the same 20 to 30 pounds over and over and over and over again. So I'd love just to give that total. But just, you know, 100% honesty, one of the reasons why I really wanted, thank you, Rayne. Well, I did want to speak. I actually was a weight loss meeting leader before Plexus. And one of my very dear friends that actually we met each other in junior high was doing Plexus. And I had reconnected on a deeper level with her in May of last year. She had not started Plexus yet. I saw her doing that, and I thought, I'm so excited for her. This is awesome. I was on my way out of the company that I worked for. Otherwise, I probably would have been like, you need to be coming over here, which that was a good thing, because she had the answer. And so, anyways, I exited that side. And I was, for the most part, at my goal weight. I'm always excited about maybe losing another 10 pounds no matter what. But for the most part, I was at my goal weight. And what really caught my attention was when she quit her job, because Plexus was doing really well. So I just 100% honesty. Whenever I decided to sign up for Plexus, I was kind of big in the head. I thought, you know, I don't really know how much the products are going to do for me. But I really hope that they'll help my bank account, because that's what would be really awesome for the moment, because I needed that. But I was pretty miserable, even though I thought that my body was healthy. My husband is here. He can tell you I had severe psoriasis. If any of you have ever dealt with psoriasis, you know what I'm talking about. I had severe psoriasis in my ears, to the point that when I would lay my head down on the pillow, it would hurt at night. I had migraines that actually kept me from doing meetings at my old job, because my migraines were so severe. I struggled with depression for over a decade. Lots of different issues going on. And so when I took the products, I was mostly taking them to see if they were credible. Not really thinking they're going to do anything for me, but seeing if they were credible. And within 2 weeks, the psoriasis thing, I could not believe it. I was just absolutely blown away. And so it's been amazing what it has done for me. I mean, we love weight loss on the scale. And this is, I love what Greg said. I think this is a bad angle. This is actually a picture of me, though, after I started Plexus. So I also want y'all to be encouraged by the inches and not just what the scale says. But beyond what the scale says, you know, I think it is so amazing, all these different benefits that we get. I love also what Deanna said. It's not just a weight loss company. It is a health and wellness company. And that's awesome. That's such an incredible blessing that we have. So, you know, I got this, all of this going for me really well, and then you kind of get in your journey, you get kind of comfortable where you're at, and then you start to kind of think, well, maybe it really wasn't that. Maybe it's, you know, maybe I'm praying better or something. Maybe that's really what I'm feeling, you know. And so I had a little mishap with my post office, and they had one of my deliveries kind of had a gap for about 4 or 5 days in me being able to take my products. So day 2, I thought, yeah, I'm not feeling real well, but you know, I'm just been a little bit extra busier. Day 4, my ears started happening all over again. Day 5, I could feel that if you've struggled with depression, kind of that anchor begin to come up of just the, and you can't seem to get that positive spin around it. Products came in the mail, started taking them again, and I'm telling you, my ears cleared right up. Within a day, I had a great attitude about junk that was going on in my life. It's a real deal. It's a real deal. And so I just kind of want to wrap up my story and let you guys know, I talked about this a little bit on Saturday, of connecting to your vision. For those of you in here who are already ambassadors, for those of you in here who are soon to be ambassadors, really connect well with your vision and stay in the game. That's going to be really, really, really important. I drew my line in the sand for my weight loss 4 years ago when someone at IKEA asked me when I was expecting a baby, and I wasn't expecting a baby. And so I'm really excited that 4 years later, I'm still in the game. I'm more proud of that than I really am about how much weight that I've lost, is that I'm still in the game. So I really want to encourage you to stay in the game. And there is a quote, and I always get the guy's name wrong, but it's John something. He's an Ironman. He's won all these Ironmans, and they asked him, you know, what was the hardest part of the race? And he says, everybody thinks going across the finish line is the hardest part of the race. He goes, but honestly, crossing the starting line is always the hardest part. So I want to encourage you, definitely, if you've already crossed the starting line, stay on that side. Don't go back to the other direction. Stay on that side. If you haven't made the commitment yet, draw that line in the sand and go ahead and start your journey. It'll make all the difference in the world. Stay connected to these people. I love that we have like-minded people. That's so amazing. Stay connected to your vision. All right? Thank you.
Okay, that's amazing. This is one of my favorite parts of these meetings, is hearing from all y'all and how Plexus has made a difference in your lives. So thank you, speakers, for taking the time to share with us. And I didn't get a chance to tell everybody, but those of you that spoke tonight, I want you to email me tomorrow or message me on Facebook and let me know what network marketing book you want. That is your gift from me for speaking and taking your time out for doing that. So let me know what that is, and that will be in the mail to you via Amazon. And Dina had mentioned ambassador tips, and that was helpful to her. And so we are going to simplify this. If you have a pen and paper, feel free to take notes. You don't have to, because guess what? I'm going to put this PowerPoint presentation up on the team page, so the notes will be there. But also I want to encourage you guys to start doing your own meetings. So feel free to use this presentation. It's done for you. You may have to tweak a little bit of the pictures, but it's done for you. So Heather is going to go over the Heather's going to go over our back to the basics. You know, I feel like we're in a spot now where we need to kind of look back at our businesses and restart. And or if you're just starting, start. But let's get back to the basics, and Heather's going to go over these. And these are the basics that Dina was speaking about. So,
take it away. First of all, I want to say this because I always do this and y'all seem to like this. How many of you guys here tonight brought your business cards? You did? Great. Because now, for the next 2 minutes, I want you to get them out, and I want you to give them to the other people around you. Because that's how we stay connected and how we meet new people. Why are you laughing?
I always give 2.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
I'm gonna meet you. You're Sue. Yeah. I'm Barbara. Schneider. Rayne and which one's here? Who's right here? Next to the blonde shirt. I don't know in person. Are you right? We both put up first. I'm going to give it to the go.
I totally have none but.
I know, Mary.
I'm Becky. I'm Barbara. Barbara. Who's on Jen's team.
Okay, guys.
Sherry. No cards again? Good.
I'm going to leave some of my cards, and Rayne's got some of her cards. I'm just going to leave them up here for those of you who might want to grab one. Okay. We're going to go through these really fast. How many of you guys have done Plexus for more than 6 months? More than a year? That's narrowed down. Okay. So what we're going to do at the beginning is we're going to make a list of people who are potential customers. So you can go through those and contact them if you would like to via phone, email, message, Facebook, whatever. Carve out some time to work your business, whether that be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 hours, whatever it is. Everybody has a different amount of time. to give to this, and so carve out your time to work. I'm one of those people that is a list person. I write stuff down on my list just to check it off. Like I know that's sick and crazy, but that's what I do because it makes me feel like I've accomplished something. So I can tell there's some of you guys that do it too, so I'm not so crazy. Share your products. You guys, this is not like you have to inundate people at the mall or wherever you're at. It can be simple relational things where, like the other day I was at Bed Bath & Beyond. This lady was like, oh, my back is killing me. And I said, you know what? I have a great product for you. It's called Fast Relief. And I gave her one of my cards, and I said, we have a whole host of other products. I said, we have a pain management line of stuff, breast health, weight loss, but you said your back was hurting. Here's a card. If you need some help, give me a call. Those are the kind of things that you can just work it into a conversation. It doesn't have to be, you know, share your story. A lot of these people have, I totally forgot, I told Dina I'd pay her $5 if she posts her thing and didn't get any response. She did. She did great. Just share your story, your photo. Sometimes when people start, you want to encourage them to take their measurements, take a photo, because that's the visual proof. Like we said, the scale does not always dictate whether or not you've been successful, because this is a health thing, not necessarily just a weight loss thing. That's just a benefit. So encourage people to take photos so that they can compare. You saw every single person that's photo was up here. You could definitely tell a difference just by seeing the before and after. Business cards, huge deal. If you don't feel comfortable talking to someone, let your card do the talking. Leave it places. Send it with, you know, my sister, she puts them in the ATM machines after she uses them, like just a little, so people have to take them out just to use their card. Leave them anywhere, y'all. Restaurants, I know Celeste leaves them in every bill that she pays. Just give them to people that want to know about your products. Post on Facebook. If any of you guys are in here and are not on Facebook, get on Facebook, because you can connect with a lot of people in a short amount of time and be able to touch people that you may not regularly be able to touch, because someone's going to see their feed and then their feed and then their feed. So stay active on Facebook. We all here, like Rayne said, it really is like a family. I mean, I see a lot of faces out here that I know, but I see a lot of faces out here today that I don't know yet. And you're probably half of them, you all are on my team, and I've never met you yet. But build your relationships with people. allow people to speak into your life. You have to be someone who is coachable. So if maybe you're not doing things the way you should be doing, and someone in your upline says, hey, why don't you try this way? Don't take it as a, you know, they're being critical of me. Take it as a learning experience. That's, for me, I can think back to a year ago when I started and just doing things. Like, I do things totally different now than the way I did them. So learn to take criticism well. Try to go to as many trainings as possible. And follow up. This was one that I wanted to mention to you guys, just for kicks. This week, I went down I pulled up my inactive ambassadors. We all love to look at the white lines, don't we? And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start emailing some of these people, because I noticed the first thing I did is I looked at the people, y'all, that are inactive that have a PV. Like, one girl had $166 worth of PV, but she had her auto call off. So I sent her a message, and I'm like, I don't know if you know it, but your auto call's off. I'm telling you this because I did it. Two of the people responded to me and said, I didn't even know my auto call was off. So I just try to let them know that I wanted them to be able to make their commission check. And so go down your downline. If you have some inactives, they may not know they're inactive, y'all. So send them a message and just say, you know, you're inactive in the back office and you're not going to get a commission, especially if they're, I had somebody that had $300, y'all, but their auto call was off, so they're not going to get their commission. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys real quickly is, and I'm going to have to read it. I don't know if y'all know Sarah Marble. She's a diamond ambassador, and her husband, John, is a sapphire. Is he diamond now? Oh, it's emerald. Okay. Oh yeah, he was doing those things. Okay. He puts out these. He is a nurse, anesthetist. I can't say it. He's a nurse that puts you to sleep. So when he posts these really funny posts, I don't know if some of y'all follow him or not, but yesterday he had posted some stuff, and I kind of just, a whole paragraph really just kind of, I honed in on it because it's really true. For those of y'all that raise your hand that you've done this for 6 months, a year, even people that are just starting, you're going to come to a point where people are going to drive you nuts because they've got all these questions sometimes, and it's crazy. So anyway, I just wanted to read this real quick. Sometimes things can get a bit dramatic if you guys have experienced that. Now, a lot of y'all are smiling, so I know you guys are with me. But he was saying he doesn't do drama, and I don't do drama either because it's counterproductive. So he was talking about when you have a team or you have customers or people that are under you who are coming alongside and they're skeptics about things or whatever, and they want to make things crazy. So here's what he says. He says, it's our job as a leader to address real concerns, and sometimes we have to be able to differentiate between a real concern and drama. And he said, all the while redirecting the drama and realizing that some people simply just aren't worth all the effort you're going to have to put into it if they're not going to try it or believe in you. You just have to kind of leave it at that. He said, but what is productive is to take the energy that you would otherwise use for the negatives and point out the positives, and keeping your cool because people will absolutely wear you out. Don't get sucked into an argument that might spiral out of control because you can't convince everyone. You are only able to simply suggest to people the product. It's their choice if they want to use it or not. Every one of us that has given testimony tonight touched on the fact that they stuck with it, that the products are products that work for us, and they're working for thousands of people, and if some people aren't going to believe you, bless and release is what I tell my team. You just have to bless and release sometimes. You're not going to be able to convince everybody. So basically you want to just have an open communication with the people that you deal with. It's okay if they don't like it. It's okay if it doesn't work for them. It's not going to work for everybody. But just stick to the facts. We have a lot of information that we have in our back office that we can access to give information to them that's factual. They can always take it to their doctor if they don't agree with you. We're not doctors, so they can take it there. And then basically just tell people about the products, and that there's many, many people with testimonies. We've shared 4 tonight. There's thousands of testimonies out there, y'all, of people whose lives have been absolutely turned 360 degrees difference from the way it was before they started Plexus. So try to find those people, try to be positive, and try to get, try to stay out of the drama part of it. And I also wanted to recommend, if one of you guys that spoke haven't read this book, or anyone, y'all, this book right here, Rock Your Network Marketing Business by Sarah Rockin' Robbins. This is a fantastic book. It's very easy read. It's a very easy read. It's short. It's to the point. She is a very, very good person that can explain step-by-step systems on how to build teams, how to be proactive, and really take your network marketing business to the next level. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. We are going to now go to the section where we're going to announce the contest winners. I know you guys are excited for June. Rayne's ran a few contests, so she is going to be announcing the winners for that.
Okay, so this is probably my favorite time, is to give some money away. If y'all will recall, in June we did a contest for just kind of stepping outside of your comfort zone. handing out your business card to strangers. And I hope you'll had fun with it. It was so much fun to see the pictures, some hilarious ones, and I love the contest, and I love this part of it to be able to spoil y'all. So I think if I remember correctly, we had a prize of what, $150, and the first prize is for the most handed out, and it was, I mean, down to the wire. But go ahead and flip the screen. Super. Congratulations. I think we handed out 62. So,
Wait. Photo op.
Photo op. I like it. Oh, wait.
Paste it on the page.
Awesome. Congratulations.
I wasn't wearing that same outfit. I almost wore it.
That would be cute. Okay, and then the second prize. Okay, and just so y'all know, I did not vote for these, and I did not draw. I had two neighbors that did the voting, and their families, and so they got back with me as to who the funniest was. There were several funnies, but I didn't choose it, so we'll go with this. So we'll flip the second screen, absolutely. And John,
That's great.
I thought it was great because it was super real, and you know, there were super funny ones, but I'm glad that you won. So there is your, and if you want, that's okay. And the last one was drawn, and that was just so anyone who participated got their name for every drawing that they did. And so without any further ado, our last winner is Miss Amy Gannon.
That's awesome.
Okay, that's the fun part. So Plexus has been very generous to us. We've got an amazing contest going on right now, where everybody can is winners. You just need to get 3 preferred customers, and you get a $50 bonus that will be paid out in your business builder bonuses. So we're just going to kind of piggy off that one and give my pocketbook a break this month, and we'll come up with another fun contest. And I'm like, we're right now. We'll come up with another fun contest for August. So I'm willing to take any of your ideas of what y'all would like to see as far as a contest is concerned too. So feel free to message me with any ideas that y'all would like to see. What we're going to do now is I would like to invite our team to Rubies and Above to come on up here. And the reason why I'm going to have them come up is this is a question and answer session. And I think it's great for you to hear from not just me or Heather, but Jen Mango is an excellent. Come on up. So this is an opportunity for you to ask questions, and yeah, and Phil is
somewhere in the building.
Somewhere in the building, but he's not here yet. So I asked you guys to think of questions that you might have for this evening, and we'll just kind of open it up to the floor, and we'll also intersperse with a drawing of some door prizes as well. But we'll do questions. Are y'all that smart? I love that, if you are. So if we're not going to have questions, we'll go ahead and do a door prize, and then maybe that will spark some opportunity for questions. If you're shy and you don't want to ask your question to the group, I totally understand that. I would encourage you to maybe step out of your comfort zone and do it, because I guarantee you, if you have the question, probably somebody else in the room has the question. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what we'll do is, Nancy, why don't you start with your question, and then we'll
Can I ask a final question?
Sure. Okay, absolutely.
So there's some confusion for me on the probiotic as to when the best one to take it. And I know.
Can you stand up and talk kind of loud so that the rest of them?
Sorry. Okay, I'm Nancy. So Jim, no, it's not the training. It's another training. They actually said you can take 2 probiotics at bedtime, along with the bioplans. So, and they were also saying that it's best to take the probiotic on the empty stomach, you know, if you let it. Okay. Well, in the directions it says to take it at dinner time and at bedtime. So there's kind of confusion because you take it with the meal, or do you take it on an empty stomach?
I'm not paying attention to y'all. Okay. But okay. So what I love about our products is that there is no wrong. It is the recommendation behind it is the product works best while you're at rest.
Right.
And so when we say an empty stomach, that's what, I keep mine at my sink side. So after I brush my teeth, I have a glass of water there. I take it then. That's what works best for me. But I'll also let y'all know that for some people, the probiotic keeps them up at night. So it's best to take it on an empty stomach in the morning. So there is no wrong answer. A lot of times with our products, you have to find what works best for you. I take one or two. I mean, I listen to my body, you know, and, you know, here we go. We're going to talk about stools again. You know? If I'm not talking about money, we're talking about cows, man. But, you know, it just depends on, you know, you got to listen to your body, and you've got to decide, you know, you know, you got to listen to your body. And I'm not going to go into it tonight. I'm just not going to do it tonight. But one or two is what I would recommend. I would start with one because, you know, you're going to react differently with each. Everyone's going to react differently.
Right. Okay.
So, but for me, at night, empty stomach is best. But I do have customers, and I know some ambassadors in this room that take it first thing in the morning because it keeps them up at night. So I hope that helps. You're welcome. Bye.
I would like a easy, repeatable definition. I know that it's hard to say.
Okay, so the way I have related, and here's the thing, what works best for somebody? You know, that's the other challenge here is which one do you recommend? And I'm kind of old school, and I still am recommending Slim and Probiotic first because truly, whether it's the Accelerator or the Boost, both are great products. But at the end of the day, it's going to do just that. It's going to be a temporary acceleration / you know, it's a power punch. So is it wholly necessary? If somebody wants that extra punch, I'd say absolutely recommend it. For me, how I explain the Accelerator Plus is that they both are going to speed up your metabolism. The Boost is going to do that through thermogenic, which is heat, which is revving up your metabolism that way versus. Can someone help me here?
I'll also say, I know that
I'm
I've
trying
been
to say
coaching
it.
my team a lot lately on this. We've been talking about it over and over and over. I really took a look at not only what the product was saying to us when it was introduced, but also looking at who the Accelerator Plus worked for and who it did not work for, and kind of coming up with it. The Accelerator Plus tends to, at least from our little sample of our 700 people, is that older people or people with multiple conditions where their metabolism is maybe dormant and needs to kind of flip switch on, the Accelerator Plus seems to work really well for it. People that have had something that's been working with their metabolism, or they're active and they work out and they don't have other contraindicative issues that would cause the Accelerator Plus not to work. So those of us who maybe were on the original Accelerator, who had a rev up already, did not see as great of a change when they used the Accelerator Plus. So then we typically recommend Boost for your younger, more active people that are looking for it, that can handle that kind of heat boost with the thermogenics. And so far, so good. But again, we're going back and saying, this is what's so great about our company is we're going to try one, and we've got the 60 days, and if you get to where you love the Slim, but you don't feel like whatever we're using as the Accelerator or the Boost, let's trade it out and try the other.
Just in kind of watching the feeds when Boost came out and the differences in Accelerator Boost, one of the things that, and I kind of experienced it myself, one of them was essentially that Boost is the fat burner, right? Boost is the fat burner, and it's really going to rev up, especially those workouts and that kind of thing. The Accelerator what it was explained to me that it was much more, it helped control a lot of that mood craving and those, some of that with the slim. And I will be honest, for me, it does that, and that's how I talk about it. The accelerator for me works because I know we all have different experiences, but I am a mood eater. And so when I talk to people, we do talk a lot about, are you working out? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Well, then, if you need to rev up to make that more intense, here's the boost. But if you're that, I'm going to sit in front of the TV or I don't feel good and have a bag of chips kind of girl, I want you to try the accelerator. And
I think that's a great
and that's,
way.
and it has really worked out for me that way. Of course, I will say I started the while first, but when I introduced it, that's how I.
And here's the reality: most people want an accelerator or a boost, and so you can sit there and tell them you healthy, but they're like, if they're here for weight loss, they want now. So I love that explanation of it, and I thank you for that because these are two products that I personally don't take. So that is helpful to the. Everyone find that helpful?
And it was, and for me personally, I can tell them that I took accelerator for this long and boost for the same amount of time, and nothing for me happened on boost because I personally right now am not in that real heavy exercise mode. But the minute but with accelerator, was on it, and then when I came back on it, it very quickly. I could feel the inches coming off. I could feel it. I was almost stagnant on boots. You almost need to be a fitness person. You have to be active for boots to be effective. I did too, and I got sleepy. Symptoms were quite different.
Accelerator also has 5-HTP in it, which is really good. So that to feel more active.
With which?
Accelerator has 5-HTP in it.
Yes, that's right.
I was just going to say, I think the boost. I work out and I take the X Factor and the flames and my 96 shape, and then I go work out like an hour or two, and I take my sling with me while I work out. And I think that whatever it is, a combination of whatever really helps sustain my workout because I don't go like, oh, I have all this energy. Like, okay, if I have any energy, let's see how much I have. And I ended up having a really good long workout only because whatever I've taken, it keeps giving and giving and giving. So my Plexus products work to me when I'm working out, they just keep giving. So I take the boost. So I was taking 2 boosts, and I feel great. I'm way good. I'm walking, and then like 3 or 4 o'clock, like I had slept tonight. And then I saw through the post that several other people. So I switched to one, and it's still some. Do we know why that? And is there something that
I think your body's just working so hard. Can you take them separately? Can you take, it recommends 2 accelerators. Can you take 1 accelerator and 1 inhibitor?
Yes. Oh yeah. And I would encourage you to.
the accelerator?
I found your boost and I have to do it like sticky. Thank you. I started taking it 2 days ago.
You think a boost?
And that's what I love about our products, y'all, is that you can play with them, and you have to find the right formula for you.
I had started with accelerator in January, and I'd already lost like 87 pounds on my own, but I was still anxious to push and breathing. Accelerator worked really, really well for me. It really drove me up. It was awesome energy. And then I had another plateau, probably in April, and I thought, okay, it's time to change things up a little bit. And I started taking boosts. And by then I'd been working out, I was super active. Boosts made me sleepy. And all of a sudden I'm starving. So I just trying that. So, but dramatically, inches and pounds were falling off at the same time. So it was interesting. So I thought, I'll stick with this. My daughter was getting married in June. Boost gave me a sense of calm, which was very nice right before my daughter's wedding. Then in June, I discovered that, okay, things are stalling a little bit. I'm going to do something to close it up. I'm not sure what, but I read a post by Dustin, and this is, he says it's not.
It's not approved, company approved, but I've heard great things about
Suggestion,
this.
and I embrace suggestion. So I take one boost and one accelerate. And I'm telling you what, it is an awesome balance for me. I mean, I feel.
What order? You just like what do you take in the morning? What do you take in the afternoon?
Together.
I really I take the slim because I'm about to go to the gym, and I take the boost so I have the energy on the stomach. And then I take the accelerator right after lunch and the rest of the day. If I do a boost in the afternoon, it goes straight back. But yeah, I should
Yeah.
Well, you know, these testimonies are good because you have answers for your customers.
Right.
You can tell them, hey, everybody's so different. You kind of got to play around and find your right balance. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
Suppose?
Everything's tweakable.
Everything's tweakable.
A lot of them want an answer. What did I do? And everybody's trying to
But we run into this at the doctor's office as well. You know, when
They
you
ask
get
you
a
all the
prescription,
questions.
it may not be the right one. You know, I mean, I've had issues with my face for all my life, or actually all my adult life. And you know, you get one prescription for this, and then they want to write it for this. And so, I mean, I understand that, but just like it's unique to the doctor's office. I mean, I would liken it to that. Hang on, I know Shandy, you have a question, but this gentleman back here, you had your hand raised. The Plexus Slim. Mm-hmm. Okay.
One accelerator. I walked 3 miles a day because I had both of my knees replaced last year. I'm a pretty good sized fella. And, I mean, it's just like medicine. You know, the doctor says, you might have to adjust my medicine because, I'm a big person. What about the tablets? Really the energy, but it's not really there.
I would tell you that you have to go off of what's recommended, and so, I'm going to tell each person in here, you make your own decision. I would always refer you back to your doctor, and the label has its recommendations for a reason.
Is that for big people too?
It's for all size people. I'll tell you, my mom, she was a very, a larger woman, and she took the recommended dosing. I was taking the same dosing when I was on the accelerator, and so to date, a year plus into it, she's lost almost 70 pounds. So I would just say stick with it, and again, I would tweak them as you see necessary for you, but I'd also do that under a doctor's recommendation. You're looking for more energy. I would actually increase your slim. Yeah. I would actually increase your slim before I'd add more. The pink packet, the slim, I would increase that to 2 a day before I'd increase my pill consumption.
And they said don't take boost at the same time.
No, twice a day. And also, a recommendation, instead of mixing it in a jug of water, I would actually do a more concentrated amount for you. I would mix it in 8 ounces of water and chase that with regular water after that. I would get a more concentrated dosing in you versus diluting it with more water. So half of a bottle of water versus a full. We don't recommend mixing it more than, say, I honestly don't like mixing it more than 12 ounces, but they say up to, I think, is it 16? I take mine in 8 ounces of water. Does that help? Does that help?
When I started this, I didn't drink it. And that's what I did. I didn't increase the pills. I increased the slim. I took 1 in the morning for breakfast, in the library, then take the accelerator. And then later on in the afternoon, you just start to feel a little bit run down, a little bit tired, and take another one, and eat a nice size lunch, and then take the other accelerator for food.
That's great.
And then eat a small dinner.
Okay. And that's the thing. You've also got to watch your calories, right? I mean, it's a tool. Plexus is a tool. And I like the idea, though, of increasing the slim. And my mom did that, too, by the way. And she took 2 a day. You can take up to 4 slim packs a day. And the reason why we say 4 is after 4, you're not absorbing any more of the supplement benefit of it. So it's just like drinking nothing. So don't waste your money. But you can take up to 4. But understand this, with each one that you take, you're absorbing 25% less. So
who would you recommend to take more?
I wouldn't, but some people want to, some people want to get as much slim in them as possible. I've gone where I've taken 2 a day because I like the taste and I like the way it makes me feel. I don't think it's necessary to take more than 2, actually. Hang on, then I'm going to come back to you, Shandy.
Whoa.
Okay. And again,
You didn't really say that.
Okay, you're not the first person that I've heard doing multiple pills. I'm not going to advocate it in a group setting at all. I would tell you to do, but that's what works for Shane. Okay.
Okay, well, you know what works better than one margarita for me? Sip
Just saying. We're just keeping it real here. Okay, sorry. You can pre-mix it. I think where there's been confusion is that you must consume it within 30 minutes. It's once you've started drinking it, you need to consume it within 30 minutes. But I have a customer who caters to her husband, and she mixes his whole week's worth and keeps it in the refrigerator, and he just goes and he grabs it, and it works great for him. So, there is no wrong. I don't know that I would recommend doing that just because I'm kind of funny about stuff growing and water maybe, but that's just another story for another day. But you can pre-mix it. I personally would save it, but that's just me. I like to shake it fresh. So, you're welcome.
On that, when I started my child on the slim, I was doing the half packets and trying to do exactly half, pouring it into something, trying to get measuring spoons and figuring that all out because I thought you couldn't keep it. And it was just horrible. But then when I found out I could mix it up, refrigerate it from one morning to the next morning.
Yeah, I don't think it's one morning. The next morning is an
great.
issue. Maybe 7 days it might be a little excessive, but each their own, right? And it's working. Lost 20 pounds, so yay.
The 30 minutes, is that for your body or
it works best. No, your body, the thing is that your body needs it in 30 minutes because you're getting it in that concentrated amount. It can start doing what it's supposed to do. And it's not meant to be sipped all throughout the day. Get it in you. It works best to get it in you. Flush it down.
Hits the whole body and you
Yes, absolutely. I like it. I like the suggestion. Thanks.
I don't know if you're getting credit to it. Somebody on Facebook suggested that when you drink it within 30 minutes, I was like, that's not a vinegar amount. That's not a big cut. And I've been doing that lately. I've broken this makes more progress recently. And I just kind of hold it in and let it, it's not, I think that operates on 20 seconds.
or pretty private, that's what I just enjoy it, you know, really like it when you're in school.
Like it.
Feel the vibe. Feel the vibe. Right. Feel the music.
Mine does.
What was it?
The
Yes, what
question
was the
was,
question?
can a child, some people are giving it to their children, is it half a packet, is it a full packet? You know, again, I'm always going to tell you, go to your pediatrician, but I have several people in this room that have said they give a full packet to their children. So, it's okay. Ellen, sorry. So,
My mom does.
Yeah, I was about to say, my mom was on community as well, and was there. And so then go back to doctor, check with doctor, check with doctor, check with doctor. But my mom did, and
My
did
mom
it as
did
well. My mom is on every single product that she is my best customer.
Even though she said you were very low.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gail. We love you.
What was the word?
Written out the will. Written out the will. But she's not on all the products. In fact, she's coming off all her prescription medicine. She's got one more heart medication that they're weaning her off of. She was weaned off of every prescription medicine. So as she continued with the Plexus products, as her numbers became healthier, she was weaned off of.
At the beginning,
Yeah, my mom was really under her doctor's care with that, and she did not take herself off of her medicines. It was with her doctor that they decided how and when. And my mom.
We'll see the cumulative question a lot, sorry. We've had to deal with a lot, and I know that was trying to build study too. Assuming probiotic fibers one is really a question because one of the diets, creates vitamin K in the body. However, now we're going for a very ridiculous increase, so for 30 seconds we'll all be going, not bad enough. It's not a problem. I was talking to people, it's just talk to your doctor, but doctor knows something. If you have a doctor that says, really don't take that, you'll find another doctor. You will find plenty of doctors that are knowledgeable about like bacillus and its ability to create vitamin K in the body, so not going to be a way that's really
We're gonna. I have Dee here who had a question, and then we're gonna let's do this after because we've got to wrap this up in 10 minutes because we promised Lexus we'd be out of here by that time, and we've got door prizes to do. But we'll be here to answer more questions. This has been great, y'all. I love the comments and the questions. But Dee, go ahead.
I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I had a program at ambulance. But you guys be careful what you eat because we talked about baby stuff. And another thing I wanted to share was I took diabetes medicine for 13 years now.
Okay, so let's do some jar prizes, but we'll be here to answer more questions that y'all have or comments. And as we hear things, we'll make sure that we get some of those things posted on Facebook so everybody can benefit from the individual conversations.
All right, ready? First prize, you just come up to the table and pick out what you want. Mary Banos. Hey, Mary. Second, Lori Reynolds. Chloe Kasich. How do you say your last name? Kasich. Okay, sorry. Bill Mango is not in here.
He's not here.
Next. Jenna Hadar. Valerie Palmer.
This is for her paper.
liar. Bo Davis. Or Elaine. Chandra Staley. Sorry. Shandy or Chandra? Shandy, okay. Okay, Shandy on Facebook, you won. Anja Lathy. I am butchering this. And she didn't say it, Anja. She told me. I met her earlier. It's Anya. Anya. Sorry, I butchered your name. Okay, Brooke McGow. How do you say your last name? McGow. Okay. Carol Haskin. Amy Martinez. Oh, there's a lot at the bottom. Hold on. Nikki Toll. I messed this up, but Bethany Scott. Scott, sorry. Sorry. Hooked on phonics, worked for me. Carrie Hakimian. She was my old neighbor. You even said it right. I know. Marla Worship, because you live right down the street from me. Barb Schneider. 214-47. That's her social. Greg Haney. Gloria De Leon.
Hey, Gloria.
Melissa Martin. Andrea Grimes. Christy Stout. Bridget Zemiak. Zima. Sounds good. Lady in blue who came in late.
I did that for her. I did it for her.
Brown.
She was trying to. And then I went and told her.
That was good.
That was so nice.
Delissa Bailey.
I didn't know everyone needed to be in there. Oh, I know. Oh, look. Give it for a pedicure. Huh? Oh,
My mom. He's right. Maria Posner. Lori Sullivan. Got one left? Elaine Davis. Okay, we'll draw again, Elaine. Jackie Mack, she already left. Here you go. Heidi Spooner. One more. Who will it be? Heather Rock. Tammy Nix.
Okay, thank you all for bringing door prizes. This helps so much, and I love the variety of gifts that are there. So I thank you guys for contributing to that, because I think it just helps out so much for our team. So we will do the next meeting in August, so stay tuned for the date. I think we already have that date planned, but we will get that posted on Facebook. We will stick around for a little bit for questions, but to be respectful to Lexus, and we need to be out of here like right at 8 o'clock. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all are the best.
Right, thank you so much, Bethany. Oh, I knew you did not want your butt. I wanted to talk in front of that. Oh my gosh.